So, a bit of a challenge video today. I've got a mystery bag of supermarket baits. This is £5 worth of supermarket baits. I gave my mum £5, asked her if she could go grab a load of different random bits and bobs from the supermarket that she think I'll be able to catch fish on. This is definitely going to be a challenge, and we're going to see what's in here now. I've got no idea what's in here. This is the only bait I brought today. It is a very cold morning. It's about 5 degrees. You can feel that autumn is here. Right, let's go ahead and open this up. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also very excited too. Right, we've got our scissors. She's properly sealed this up so I can't see inside. I'm not looking. Right, I haven't looked inside, so I'm just going to pull them out one by one and we can see what's in here. Now the challenge is I've got to try and catch a fish on every single item. So if there's a tin of mixed goods in there, I've just got to catch one fish on that tin of food. So I'm going to pull out our first item. It's definitely a tin, quite a big tin. Here we go. We have premium haggis. I think that's what my mum was talking to me about, something to do with Scotland. I don't know how the hell that's going to stay on the hook as it looks like mush, but we might be able to make it work, maybe. I think that might be difficult. That's I might have to use that as like ground bait. Okay, number 2, here we go. There we go, that one should be a bit easier. We've got some hot dogs there. That one definitely should be a bit easier. Thank goodness. Whew. Right, what's the next thing? Some mixed beans. This is definitely going to be possible. I know people do catch carp on beans, so you know we've got a variety in there as well. We've got red and white, so that might make a difference. Oh my god. Oh my god. Seriously? Chicken stock cubes? Seriously? How long are they going to stay on the hook before they dissolve? Oh god. That might be difficult. And I think we're down to our final thing, thank goodness. Bacon grill, bacon roll. If you eat that stuff, God bless you, because that looks disgusting. Oh God. What the? I mean, that should be pretty easy. It's a bit like luncheon meat, right? I think it's probably a bit softer. So, anyway, let's give these baits a go. That's what's in the bag, nothing else. Oh God. So now the decision is, what shall I use first? I've decided I'm going to use mixed beans on the feeder rod, and then I'm going to use hot dogs, as these are probably going to be the easiest, on the float rod. Right, let's see how it goes. Also, the species of fish doesn't matter. Could be a roach, could be a carp, could be a tench, doesn't matter. Found a tin opener, thank goodness. Oh no, the tin opener's broke, I think. Well, let's open. So, first of all, I'm going to see if these float. They stink. They sink. It says mixed beans in here, I've opened them up. This looks good for a bite. Small. That looks good, doesn't it? Oh God. Right, I'm just going to put that down the left-hand margin. I'll put a few freebies around it too. Well, there we go, that's one rod out there. I'm just going to chuck a few freebies out there. There we go, hot dog. Oh God. Right, so I'm just going to take my float rod, just a float set up on it, big old bit of meat. There we go, see what happens. Just a few freebies. Oh. There we go, fish on the beans. Well, there we go, albeit not a very big fish, but it did fall to the supermarket beans, mixed beans. That was on the feeder rod, and that just screamed off. Now it has tangled me up pretty bad in my other line. Just look at all that mess. Oh, what a disaster. Anyway, let's slip this fish back, and beans are ticked off the list. Happy days. I think the next bait I'm going to try is the bait and grill. See how that goes. Got one of these old-fashioned opening things where you have to spin it around. Well, I don't eat this sort of thing, so I don't know, but it's basically just bacon flavoured luncheon meat. God, it's proper in there. Come on. There we go. Lump of bacon meat stuff. Alright, well there we go. I've cubed it up, so it's in little cubes like this. And I'm going to pop one of those on the hair, and I'm just going to flick out a few freebies. There we go, meat on the hair, look. Right, let's see what happens. I think I'm going to make a bit of a tactical change, and I'm going to move swim. The wind's blowing in here, which might be good for the fishing, but I'm not seeing too many fish in this corner. And I fancy a change of swim, so I'm going to do it. Well, there we go, I've made the move, and I've got a bit of a tactical change going on. You know, just making that move. I'll put the rod out, one rod out to the left with the bacon luncheon meat type stuff on, and then this rod just down here is my float rod, and that's still got the sausage on it. So hopefully, all being well, we'll be able to get a fish. I had one on the sausage meat. Oh. Well, there seem to be a couple of fish competing just down here, so I'm going to try one of the hardest ones I think to use, and that'll be chicken stock cubes. So let's get one out, see if we can just fool one with a bit of that pasted around the hook. I think I'm going to open the haggis and see if I can use it as a bit of ground bait. What the hell is that? Chuck little bits of this in. Well, finally a fish on. This is on the luncheon meat stuff. I am trying to catch it on the haggis as well, but that's proven a bit of a difficult task to try and keep it on the hook because it's basically just mush. Anyway, let's take a look at this fish. There we go, nice little feisty mirror carp. Something slightly different. Beautiful patterns on it. Right, let's go ahead and slip this one back, and this one fell to the luncheon meat bacon stuff. Pop this fish back. Oh, this seems to have taken long enough. This is on the sausage. Zoom in there. Probably got my other line now. He's in. Oh, what a fight. Well, there we go, not a bad fish whatsoever. Probably about 12 pounds, I'd say. Maybe 13. Nice fish. Brilliant scrap on the light gear. And again, this one, well, this is the first one I caught on sausage, but this come to sausage. Brilliant. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop him back. Lovely jubbly. Off he goes. Well, when I pulled everything out of that bag this morning, there was 3 baits that I thought I would catch on, and they are the 3 that I have caught on. Now, I think with the chicken stock cube, I think that's going to be extremely hard to catch on. However, I'm going to stick a couple of cubes of that out there on this hair rig and just leave that until I've done for the day, you know. And with this haggis, I think it works well as a ground bait, but I don't think it works very well as bait on the hook. But I'll keep at it, see if we can have one on either of those 2 things. But I'm very happy with what I just caught, and if that's how I have to end the day, I would not mind that one bit. Well, you might think I'm joking, but I'm genuinely being serious. I just had my first bite on haggis. Nearly halfway through the tin. What I'm doing is disgusting, but what I'm doing is I'm getting my finger in there. I'm just pulling out a good lump of it, you know. And then literally just moulding it around the hook. Almost like a paste. It's really, really soft, this stuff. There we go. Just putting it on like that. And then I'm just lowering it into the very margin here. I did just have a bite, and I've had a couple of bites, but that one I hooked, but it come off pretty much straight away. So, see if we can get a better hook up. This rain is not good. Oh, mate. Just had another bite on it. Look at that tangle. Well, that's the fastest I've ever struck on a fish I've just caught. Well, I ain't caught yet, but just hooked into a fish on haggis. I don't think it's a very big one, thank goodness, because I want to land this one. A very tricky fish to catch. Oh wow, he's a beautiful fish. Well, I finally caught a fish on haggis. I can't believe it. Honestly, what a nightmare bait to use, but I tell you what, the carp do like it. They absolutely stink. This must be a Scottish carp. Look, I'm really close to being completely out. Haggis, and I've nearly used the whole tin. I just got a little bit left in the bottom, so I was really running low on bait, you know, but it come good. I got one, and it's not a bad one either. Probably about £5 or £6. Anyway, let's go ahead and slip this one back. I think I'm going to call it a day. And yeah, what a beauty. 4 out of 5 baits. I'm going to run you through it in a moment. Well, the wind's getting up a little bit, and to be fair, I think I'm done in. I'm going to call it a day, but I just wanted to run you through some of the baits that I've used. So obviously my last fish which I caught, which was really difficult to catch, was on the haggis. So I did manage to catch fish on that. It was difficult, like I said. The fish seemed to love it, like they come in and ate it alright, but catching one on it with the hook, you know, was very difficult, but I managed to do that. This morning I managed to have one on the mixed beans. I just put a couple of different beans on the hair rig and, you know, bung it out to my left and literally put out maybe 6 or 7 freebies, and, you know, that went within the matter of 20 minutes, half an hour. Obviously I had a fish on hot dogs as well. That was the £13 common that I had just out of here. Brilliant. I only got 1 hot dog left, and I will not be eating it because I don't think they're very nice. And there we go, the bacon grill luncheon meat stuff. As you can see, most of that's gone. I've chopped it out, you know. But yeah, had a fish on that. And finally, last but not least, the chicken stock cubes. Now these I've not managed to catch fish on. I'm going to be honest with you, I think the fish would eat them. It might just be a bit too potent, I'm not too sure. But anyway, I reckon if I left it out longer and I really, you know, sat it out, I may be able to get one. But, you know, I've used a bit of it. I haven't used a lot of them. I've literally used 1 bit and I've still got a big chunk left, so. Well, there we go, 4 out of 5. To be fair, I wouldn't say that is too bad at all. It's certainly been a fun video to make, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. A bit of a challenge, but I would say that that was a success. The chicken stock cubes just was not happening. I mean, if I sat here, like I said, if I sat here longer, I might have been able to have one. But I may have to sit here 24 hours, you know. It's going to be nearly impossible. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.